Hi, this is Judge Harry Bowden with Child Support Court Vodcast. Make sure you go to childsupportcourttv.com. Check out the new videos, our sponsors, and get to Ask Judge Harry, where you can call in every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11 and ask Judge Harry. Thank you for being a loyal viewer of Child Support Court, the Vodcast, with Judge Harry Bowden.
GetMyBabyMoney.com.
Get my baby money. Get your money, baby, get your money, money. Get my baby money.
Welcome back to Child Support Court, the Vodcast with Judge Harry Bowden. And we're back with Janelle Dawson, the one and only therapist that you need to see. And me. All right. Where were we now?
Child, like the other day, my child was had an attitude with me, and I said, whoa, that's not how we talk to each other. You're not gonna have an attitude with me. If I don't have an attitude with you, you don't hear me speak like that to you. So, what is it that you're trying to say? Let's try this again. You have to teach them how to talk. Mm-hmm. She might have picked that up somewhere at school, but I said, no, ma'am.
Now,
we have to talk with respect.
We've been through toddlers. We've been through adolescents.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now,
Teenagers.
let's hit, but adolescence is what, that 12 to 14? Okay, 12 to 14. Let's go right there for a minute.
Okay.
Why is that such a difficult time?
They're going through a lot of transitions at that time. So that's middle school age. So they are going through the fact that they're no longer considered kids. They're no longer in that elementary age. They're going into a new environment, which is middle school, where they're having to be with older kids, in a sense. They're being introduced to a lot more things at that age. And puberty is happening. Also,
let's define that. That we're talking about now the physiological change.
Yes.
And that affects everything.
Right.
That affects it. When you start, okay, 13, 14.
That
look
right
at that.
Right.
Okay.
And then your social status in the world. That's where that part is happening right there in middle school. So in elementary school, you may have the popular kids to a certain extent, but in middle school, that's when you really start to see, well, I belong in this group, or I belong in this group.
Now, how influential are these co-parents, lack of co-parenting? How does it start at this time magnifying the problems of this young adult?
That's when it really starts to be seen. Because in elementary, like I tell people all the time, like you good 10 and under. We're really still trying to get them. But around middle school age, again, it's so many different influences coming at them at once. And whatever they learn between 0 and 10 about who they are, where and how they communicate, all that stuff, you're going to start to see the product of that in middle school. You still have somewhat of a chance to really try to change something.
How do you do it? Tell out there. Listen, y'all listen. So, we're talking about, and I want to zero in on this because you, as I do, nobody wants to go to jail. Mm-mm. But you be so bad, you be ready to kill them. How do you take that last push to get them straight before they go to high school?
So, if you start to recognize that things are starting to go downhill, again, you may have to open up the lane of communication. Then you may want to put them around a certain or a different environment. If you're noticing your kid is like, okay, well, something's going on, whether it is the school that they're at. So maybe if I can't change the school, maybe I can still have some positive things in their life. So if that is an after school program, or if that is a extracurricular activity, something that's more positive, so that way they are getting that part in their lives.
You talking about separating them now.
Yeah.
Separate, associate, control.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, hold on right
Okay.
there. We'll be right back after word from our commercial. Y'all don't go nowhere now. Getting married has been made easier. Don't wait. If you are in love, get your wedding ceremony performed virtually or in person at one of our many locations. Get your nuptials in no time. Now you have a friend in the wedding business. Go to streamingvows.com today. Is this your last Sebastian to control that young adult before you lose it?
Yeah, because by the time they get to high school, a lot of times they're already kind of not stuck, but like who they are in terms of like the attitude, the how I behave, all of that is really settled in by the time they get to high school. And then they don't want to listen to you no more as a parent because, and this is where I think a parent struggle is, well, for the kids, for the first 14 years of my life, you wasn't listening to me.
Oh!
And so now you want me to listen to you? No. Now I know how I'm going to be as it pertains to you. Because the relationship that we've developed hasn't been that great.
Is this also a time where they start mimicking what they've seen?
They've been mimicking it.
They've been mimicking
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah. But now it's on 100.
Okay.
Because now I don't, because if you haven't respected who I am, it's forget the fact that I'm a child, you haven't respected me and who I am. At 14, 15, 16, now I feel we're on the same level at this point in their heads. They're like, we the same height.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can yell just as loud as you.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, and I've lost all respect for you because for 14 years, you could have earned my respect. We could have had a mutually respectful relationship. But once that lack of respect or that respect is gone, that means I don't care how I talk to you no more.
Let me ask you this. How influential is that other parent in garnering, fostering, or destroying the respect that they have for that other parent?
How responsible are they, you said?
Yeah.
There is some responsibility there.
Okay.
If both parents are equally in their child's life, I think that, it could work.
Okay.
Now, if you barely in that child's life, yeah, you definitely destroyed that entire relationship. So some parents will try to bring, especially like the dads, to come in like, all right, you the authority figure. That's the only time the child interacts with the dad.
Well, and I understand that portion. The portion I'm zeroing in on is the primary custodial parent.
Mm-hmm.
The influence that they have by directing their anger, their disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
their frustration, directing that to the other parent through the child.
Oh, I do not agree with that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Because, so what you're saying is, if I, as the custodial parent, am talking to my child about the other parent, yeah, no. If it is
in a negative light,
right? Of course, yeah. I don't condone it at all because it will obviously influence how they see that parent. Now, if I'm not saying anything and you just make your own interpretation of that other parent, that's on you.
So you, in other words, you're saying you don't have to.
No, they'll see it eventually.
They'll see it.
They'll see it.
So would you advise that what they should say are things that placate or at least give excuse, or what?
So
Daddy's sick, mama's sick, mama don't feel well right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mama had to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
is that a helpful thing, or should you just say, well, Mama has something to do, so we'll just go on and get ice cream ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about being honest. So if the parent,
Daddy ain't about not that honest.
So yeah, like honest in terms of what a child's capable of understanding. So
now you're talking about development, capable of understanding.
Yeah.
At what point in time do we define with our children a capacity to understand?
That's all about learning the child, because some kids are very intelligent. Were they and by intelligent I mean like book smart.
Okay.
Right? So they may have some ability to understand that. I mean, you got other kids that are street smart, right? And I mean, this is how it is as adults, right? You got some people that's street smart, some people that's book smart. It's the same thing with kids. So you have to know.
But where's that emotion? That's what I'm trying to say is that, see, and I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because the emotional part of daddy didn't show up today.
Right.
Mama didn't show up today.
Right.
How does the custodial parent heal that or, supplant?
Go ahead and ask them, how does that make you feel?
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it makes me feel sad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why does it make you feel sad?
It makes me feel sad because I really wanted to see him.
Yeah. And that can be very disappointing when you really want to see your dad and he doesn't come. But, and then you show or tell them, hey, what we're going to do instead is I'm going to take you for ice cream, because that might make you feel a little bit better. But it's okay to feel disappointed.
It's okay to feel disappointed?
It's okay to feel disappointed.
At some point in time, they stop disappointed because they stop expecting?
Yes.
Is it the expectation that we are lowering or that we are guiding or that we are developing? The expectation without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
We want to develop that expectation of our children without the judgment associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a whirlwind of information.
Yeah.
Ms. Dawson, thank you so much for coming. And I'm going to ask you if you would come back.
Sure, yeah.
And when you do, I'm going to have a male therapist here. Okay. Hey, it's going to be on. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Keep those calls, those emails, those comments coming in. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Child Support Court, the Vodcast with Judge Harry Bowden. Take care now.